my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in and break you out. In the end, we're gonna make it.
Deanna, we're back for another episode from Vegas, an encore edition. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's dig in.
Well, all-time high, we always take a look at not only the market cap, we can see it's at 2.61 trillion, but let's talk about quickly the fear and greed index. It's at 76. Seems like there's some upside for more. There's some more greediness that could be out there.
Yeah, that's getting there. It's down a little bit. It was 82 before, so the greed has subsided just a little bit, but we'll see what happens with these meme coin pop-ups.
Oh, no doubt. There are some great episodes about meme coins that we have provided, but the one thing I listen to what the people are saying, and words mean things. The one thing that I've been hearing a lot about lately, you know it and I know it, Solana.
Now, good old Solana.
It's got a lot going on. And if you take a listen, this is from an episode with Howard Lindzen. Let's take a deeper dive, hear what they have to say, and then I want to get your feedback on what it means to our listeners.
What I was going to say is what makes Solana so interesting is it more like the Visa of the digital world, or is it MasterCard, or am I thinking about, how do you think about Solana's role? Because if it's your biggest idea, like
Visa, MasterCard,
go to sleep at night
Solana,
when it's down 30% and understand that you're fine.
If you think of Ethereum as Android, you'll think of Solana as Apple. It's a closed economy.
It's closed.
When did this happen? So now we're name dropping Solana with Visa and MasterCard and Google and Apple.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. In the Olympics, they're just going to rename it. Instead of the gold and silver medal, the bronze is going to be called Solana. I mean, how are they, like, this narrative that they're crafting? These words mean things. I don't think this is coincidental.
Yeah, no, I'm curious as to, like, Solana obviously has some good messaging going out and some good marketing. And, you know, we've known that they've had some hiccups in the past. It always hasn't been like the cleanest chain that's been available. But to put it up with Ethereum and MasterCard and Visa, like you said, it's like, wow, you go Solana. I didn't realize there was a Visa card of crypto, but if there was, I guess Solana's it.
Well, you know, other chains and other tokens have taken notice of this kind of new conversation. I'm going to play a little bit more information where another person from Lindzen's podcast talks about the comparison point between Solana as well as Binance. He's got an interesting chart. I want to share that with you as well, because you're starting to get into this place where the competition matters. It's not just, it's a very secular place, and people are very loyal to their coins, right?
Yeah,
we've got
for sure
Bitcoin maxis, and I think we're starting to see maybe some Solana maxis in development. Or, hey, what about this? Venture capitalist. Maybe Solana is the venture capitalist coin.
Ooh.
Is that fair? Think about that for a second.
Yeah. Ponder that.
Yeah. Let's share this next little clip.
And Binance in a very similar sort of situation. Ethereum still below those former highs. So I like the tactical nature, a tactical approach. And by the way, I'm not like one of these people who's been bearish and it's a bubble. And now I'm saying, like, you know, be somewhat cautious.
No, I don't think we are.
Bullish and all over this. And we've done very well and talked about it on the show, obviously. But now, where we are now, I need to see it. And I hope Raul's right. And this thing breaks out in the next couple of weeks. I hope it does.
This is just time horizon differences, right? I'm just talking about the next 15 months.
I think you broke it, Jim.
Over the next month or two. Can we?
I'm wondering when to put on a huge position, right now, today, when to put on a huge position. And for me, I'm going to be the conservative guy, and I'm going to be the guy that I need to see it. And by the way, you nailed it. It's all about time horizons. 99% of all arguments on Twitter would end immediately if both parties just understood that they were talking about different time horizons, right?
I mean, that's a pretty good point that he brings up at the end about time horizons. But what he was kind of demonstrating, not financial advice, do your own research, is that Solana and Binance have trailed in this kind of way that it's building to a potential breakout. And so while Raul is indicating that that's about to happen, like things are headed that direction, you've got JC saying, well, Binance is doing the same thing. Which one? All right, Deanna, you get to choose, not financial advice, but if you were to pick one of the two, which one would you pick right now?
And Binance. I just have to go. I think CZ is an extremely smart guy. I think that they're very established. I think they've been around a long time. I know that there's, everybody has their opinion for it, but I think just the chains that are tried and trusted and, have been shown to work, I think are just huge. And Binance is a gigantic coin. So I go Binance over Solana, but you can convince me otherwise.
Well, I don't want to convince you otherwise. I'm just trying to read the tea leaves a little bit and see what's going on out there. In fact, the other more secular competitive coins are starting to target Solana as they've elevated up, not only in their market cap, but they've elevated up into that conversation from the venture capitalists. So I think the developers are in this place where they don't necessarily like what's going on. Have you heard more about these DDoS attacks? DDoS attacks. Essentially, a specific Solana wallet can be attacked by spamming it from 100 different bot wallets. And so the DDoS is every second being targeted with the smallest Solana unit, and then each block is going to be filled with all these numerous transactions. The wallet then gets locked up and cannot send out any other transactions. It's basically useless. And what we're finding out is that allegedly other developers from other layer 1 blockchains are starting to develop these bots and sending them out to attack the DDoS action on the Solana network, which is just a wild thing to think about. As this coin is starting to ascend, you're starting to see other people are taking it on, and it's creating some of the technical issues that they're facing. Ironically enough, we're facing some technical issues on this particular episode. We've lost Diana for the time being. I'm carrying us as far as we possibly can through this particular conversation. She would have some wonderful insight into this particular dynamic. I don't know if it's what drove her choice, if you will, to pick Binance over Solana. And just to take the other side of the argument, I would say that I would take Solana, not necessarily because of the technological implications today, but because things like meme coins, because things like the venture capitalists are starting to drive the conversations. And as we bring more people into the space and as we move towards another all-time high, I'm taking note of the idea that words mean things, and what guys like Linzen and Powell and Parrots are saying about Solana and the dedication of time that they're bringing to the show indicates to me that they're recognizing that this trend line is one that's headed up. And in this case, because of all the meme action, I would even dare say, and it's hard for me to say this, with or without the utility. So as we continue to charge ahead in this space, I wish you all the best. This is another edition of All Time High, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time, watch. I don't know